Hi everyone. I just wanted to clarify why I got offended, and perhaps a lot of us did. The passion with which we have tried to create change in Nigeria is no time for anybody to play. This is not the same continual luta. It's not a regular political election coming up. This is a matter of life and death. Too many lives have been lost, and too many classism and inequality reigns in our country. So it doesn't matter if you are 6 months old. If you come out and we smell that you're trying to be a political tool, then we get upset and we try to swallow you, to send your corpse back to those we think sent you. And I think that is what happened with King Michel. King Michi, then you went and said you took IPO. You were trying to be funny. Death is never fun. The Bible says that it is given unto man to die but once, and after that the judgment. There are children watching, and I'm disappointed that VDM 2 went in and thought that was a skit. I know within adults, and it was good for a minute, and then people started doing the same thing. Please, for the sake of the children, one of you will be making skits, take that hypo, leave the packet, and a little child or your dog or something, someone with life will take that and die. I'm a nurse. I swore to protect life and keep them healthy. I will never be part of such a skit. You understand? Taking hypo is poisonous. It's a bacterial, it's a germicide, it kills, and so many people have poisoned other people with it over the years, because hypo has a clear color, almost like ginger ale. You can put it in people's food and stuff and they will not know. So we get the message. We get the message that King Michi was being funny. But these are very terrible times. All of us, when we try to correct something, because if I hear that King Michi really dies or has died, because I know she's pulling a stunt, I would have felt sorry for her. I would not have felt guilty, because I know that the bashing went on and on and on because she kept insisting. It was like a demon. You know, when you try to be an exorcist in somebody's life and you deliver them, a demon comes out, another one enters. She just kept coming back like she was trying to break the will of everybody on the internet, because she thought they would look at her age and they would look at her innocence. In the first place, she shouldn't be using social media. She's not smart. She looks 2 million times smarter when she keeps her mouth quiet. But the minute she opens her mouth at the FBT baby onike, she doesn't have that. And this social media is for vicious people as well. You have to know what you carry. If I meet my son on this social media, he's not my son, he's an individual. If he meets me here, I'm not his mother, I'm an individual. Especially when you begin to play with people's emotions and you begin to call millions. You know how many Nigerians in exile? You want to know how many Nigerians have died in the desert of Libya? You know how many Nigerians are doing shagala? Do you know how many Nigerians alone, including children and pregnant women, got killed and murdered in mosques and churches and are kidnapped, carted away? We're still dealing with bring back our girls. Over 500 of them. Do you know how many homes have broken? You know how many parents died? You know how many mothers delivering, laboring in hospitals that died because of poor medical care? What King Michi did and what a lot of you influencers are doing is not what we tolerate. But it's an individual world and a free world, and we don't mess with you. We let go. Not because we let you go, but we are letting God and minding our lane and respect. No matter how many of you crazies Tinubu followers talk, he is still our president. I don't care how you say he got there. We're not dealing with Tinubu right now. He's already in that position. It is us down here that are enlightening ourselves. You can't force us now. If you like Bakorope, you are giving rights. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, when you bring out a little child like that, she's going to be a collateral damage. And I love strong, zealous. But Michi is not zealous. Michi is an opportunist. She doesn't have what it takes. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. I can randomly walk into an area in Lagos and bring out 5,000 of Michi's kind without training and put them to test their brains, and they will better answer. Nigerians know they carry last. We are very smart. So when you are opportune, either your father is rich, your father is a politician, or whatever, there are millions looking at you and wishing they were in your position and had your opportunities. So when you feel up and waste that time, pressure! There will always be pressure. For you to make it in life, you will have pressure. Your business, working for somebody else's business, working with other people, in control of something. To be a leader, you must know pressure. You can't escape it. And they're abroad. Abroad is not a promotion. I keep telling you, it's an escapee. Neither is it a demotion. It is just life. It is just where we find ourselves and trying to make the best out of life. You are not better than me. I'm not better than anybody on the streets of Lagos. You understand? We're hustling. Yes, I have light. Unlike your foolish governance that is telling you you don't turn off your freezer. Do they turn off their freezer in America? I've never heard that kind of. Sometimes during the summer, they will say if you want your money to be cheaper, you can turn stuff down. But they have the economy, the resources. That is the problem with Nigeria. You go and bring styles and designs that you don't have the capability to manage as a government. You don't have what it takes. With all this technology and high bridges, maintenance culture is not your own. You rather break people's homes and take revenge like Umayi. You use your power recklessly. You know now. We may not be able to talk, not because we are afraid, but because we are afraid for our people, not for us individually. We are ready to die. But we don't want it to turn bloody, where we are seeing children raped and pregnant women dragged on the streets, and reckless people begin to seize opportunity to abuse the vulnerable amongst us. That's bad governance. It's been going on for 16 years. Just because some of us have decided to be distracted with content creating and getting on each other, trying to rebuild ourselves as individuals, getting on the cases of one another, doesn't mean we're distracted. Ojú kan tá fi ń bára wa wí, ojú kan la fi ń wò yín. We're just quiet because we don't want to be called instigators onto destruction and death. We don't want to say too much that will make, most Nigerians too don't stop to think. We don't want to rile up and raise up emotions. Because shoot at sight. That's why we have been quiet. Don't be deceived. I don't care whoever decides to influence for this government. So every time you become an influencer for this government or any, know that there are millions that have lost their lives, lost their businesses, and what will leave. I will leave you on the last note of Viola Davis's word, after even reinforcing right now that playing with death is not a joke. I have buried a son. I just put my 2 dogs to sleep. My father is late, and I've also lost a junior brother and a few cousins. So I know when you die, you don't come back. So if you're 15, 16, 17, you want to play stunts, don't play with poison. If you die, like me, if I pull a bucket of water down and put my hand in it and take it out, there will be no mark. That water will close its surface. If any of us die right now, we just die. Then we'll just bury us. Justice for, and they will forget you. Because the bills that people have to pay, with all the strike I came to do in Kaiser, some of them didn't go because they have to pay their bills. The bills, if you're truly responsible and care about people, you cannot afford to be not doing, not earning money, not actively moving. Movement, Nisha. Because you care about the people that God has put in your care, you care about your dignity, and you know, may that money continue to come from where it's coming from. The minute you're jobless, that you're not making money, or your career matter expires with your babalayes, you're nothing without money. Absolutely nothing without the ability to pay your bills and a source of income. So stop deceiving yourself. We regular as this. I am still poor. We are all looking for what to eat. The difference, I said, is integrity. I'm not willing to kill, to cheat, to destroy. I'm a godly person. I love the Lord with all my heart. So I don't want to be pushed into corners where I have to sleep with people to make money. It's very degrading. Now, have I not done that before? Amongst ourselves, help me and my boyfriend, will you buy this one? Okay, and that was when we didn't know. The Bible says when you know better, you do better. So there's none that is righteous. We all have issues, which is why I've come here this morning. Michi is stupid. She's a daft little girl. We all know that the mother talks to her. But like most of our agencies, we all have them in our houses. So don't come here and say, if Nami born Michi. No, if Nami born Michi, I can't know if you do past the thing where the mama do. You know, when I had the fight with David before he died and he moved out of the house and moved into his place, he warned me. You can't do that in America. You will go to jail. This is not Nigeria. If your daughter that is above 18 or your son says, I don't want to see you in my house, you don't go barging into their houses. You just pray, or you send somebody that can touch their hearts to them. It's about respect and individuality. Respect for the law above every other thing. I will never hate other people more than I love myself or my freedom. Let's be realistic and don't just throw it out there and say, if now you born Michi, I hear she's 21 or 25, waiting your papa will do. Waiting. The only thing is, in Nigeria, you can force and use the law and bribe them to go and bundle her and lock her away for a minute. But if that girl ever comes out and begins to pull a connection, it is on this internet space we'll be settling both your fight. Know that there are people that have decided this is how they want to go. Now that she's down, the mother can go to her, cuddle her again, and let her understand how life works. You cannot force people to be who you are. You can't. You're not going out. No, talk to me. If that child ever pushes you down and get out that door, the only thing that is left is for you to go on your knees and begin to make phone calls to everybody you think can talk to her. Because a lot of you in Nigeria have not traveled. Or when you traveled, all you did was go to Rodeo Drive and buy Gucci stores. You don't understand what it means to have an adult child. Little power like this could push na gra gra. There are boundaries. That is how you will enjoy your children when you are in your old age. I can guarantee you that my only son will be like 1,000,000 sons because I respect him from now. I didn't teach him, treat him, talk to him anyhow. So he's not going to have the tendency to want to talk to me anyhow. And I see it in the respect that his friends give me and how he is including me in the things that concern him. Power means nothing if the people were using it with, on, for, do not recognize it. When people talk, ah, if you see me, I don't know where I be. I just they look. Who you be? Try to be a little human. Try to be a little humble. We all need humility. Now Michi knows she went against the wrong person, VDM. Now all the people that she has used to try to intimidate VDM with are coming out and saying, we didn't send her. They detached themselves. The Omi of Ife rebuked and refuted her post. Sheyi Tinubu has unfollowed. Now she has learned. And that is what we have always stood for, the rattles. If you refuse to understand, you will learn the hard way. She has learned. There's nothing. 10 million of her dying won't change anything. But 10 million of her learning and changing her ways will change something. Humility. Those that have offended, that we're rebuking, especially a little girl like this that thinks that everything hangs between her legs. We teach her that most times those who make it keep their legs closed and think between their ears. Humility. We, the teachers the mothers, the fathers, the people that are pissed and upset, those who feel taken, those who feel insulted. Somebody said VDM was feeling intimidated. Intimidate what? Don't you see when she talks? She sounds like an annoying mosquito. You just want to intimidate who? Intimidate, threatened by what? By who? That little pushing girl. No. Don't get it mistaken. Don't give it a wrong vibe. Yeah, intimidate by who? Now Nigerians now they fold my hand. When now they think like saying now brains they on down our feet. Intimidate who? Please go and sit down. No, it's just that we were looking at how to deal with her without destroying her. Because they think they're too fragile. She has to come out like a bad mosquito, you know. And even when she talks, her voice irritates your body. No, you just want to kick her to the side. But you don't want to damage her because what you just want her to do is to learn her lessons. And that's it. So looking at her and trying to prepare and everybody coming out because they don't want her destroyed. They want her on the right path. The single question submarine I buried the son. It's only a mad person that will want her dead. She can lead herself to die in killing herself where she insists on going on the wrong path. But it's not that somebody will kill her. No, and I don't pray that for her. I pray that she's learned her lesson and that this cyberspace, we don't have patience. It is not a Luther continuum. This is the matter of life and death. Too many people have been lost, destroyed. We're trying to rebuild Nigeria, make it rise from its ashes into beauty, give it hope. If this next election go wrong, Nigeria is probably finished. By human prediction, God holds the last power. Now waiting we go eat with the look for, because hard work doesn't work anymore. If you went on hard work, you would die where you're working. If you know somebody to connect you to your president, to all the politicians, that's how you make money now. Your true hard work. If you like sell peanut, you will go sell peanut and rice till you die. Nobody will see you. In Nigeria now, there are certain areas you must be living in. Certain carcass you must be. On certain highland where you go day. Among certain people where go connect you, or else you would be totally invincible. Make a no lie. That is why a lot of the girls from the ghetto only know how to go into those spaces by becoming one's girls. Give those politicians what they know, what they want. That is why there's so much promiscuity and indecency in our society. Let us not act like we don't know what is going on and that the formula, what is prostitution, is sin. I'm not talking like a Christian now. I'm talking genuine street girl. What is prostitution in America is not prostitution in Nigeria. It is called survival. Keeping on your body, if you like carry HIV, if you like then kill you, take you do sacrifice. But I'm just telling you about the reality that bites. So I'm not going to stay in this hotel room in America and tell you like I don't know what is going on. We all do. So this next election, Lord, please, in all the 16 years of our independence, there is something going on at the top. Has nothing even to do with something here. Because when you keep taking positions and using the people as then why did you take the position to rule them like lords and master and abuse them? If you know that they're not qualified for you to be a ruler over them, then don't take the position. We need a leader that will say, with all our shortcomings and our obnoxiousness, he is ready to work with us, that will roll up his shokoto and sleeves and say, Nigeria, madam, he said, we will emulate that. But we don't want you to use us as an excuse to steal our money, give it to your children, sit on all the things we want, tie affiliations with foreign gods outside, all those wicked leaders that are using us, planning to use us for experiments. And no, we don't want that. We want people who care, genuinely care. And may God be what is happening next in Nigeria. I don't know who they will be. I don't know. I'm not politically affiliated. So I'm just saying, let us know what time of day it is. Don't play. If you do, you're going to learn the very hard way. Peace to you.